Do you want to be seen, valued, and make a real impact in your career? Do you want to go down the path of feeling unappreciated and overworked? If you're ready to break free from the constraints of the corporate world, find your voice and build a career on your own terms, then this video is for you. I've been there, and I'm going to share the lessons I've learned on my journey from a recent graduate to a leader. I'll show you how you can rise and shine and live your true potential without facing burnout. So if you're ready to rewrite your career story and become the author of your own success, let's dive in. You may have just started a new role and you want to make an impression, right? You want to show your worth, you want to make an impact with your skills, and you're eager to hit the ground running. With your fresh pair of eyes, you notice and question things. Why do we do it this way? How come it takes so long to do this? Why are we doing this manually? Why does it cost so much? These are great observations, and making process improvements to reduce costs in a big corporation can accumulate hundreds of thousands of dollars of cost savings per year. But we have to be conscious of who is affected by these process improvements. And this leads nicely to the first lesson. Be an effective change agent. To add value, you need to change things. If things stay as they are, the situation won't improve. So being able to manage change is a core skill. I'll explain this through a personal story. I was still a graduate working in the company for just over a year, and I was sent to Norway on an international assignment to go and switch things up a little bit there. They needed my help and to really bring some of the best practices over that I had implemented in the past year. So I moved to Norway and I started working in an all Norwegian team, and they all had to start speaking English in meetings because of me. So already I'm not off to a good start. The team members were really experienced. Some of them had been there for over 25 years. And I go in there looking to automate their processes without taking into consideration that they may not have to do much after I automate those processes. And in order to automate those processes, I actually need to work closely with them to understand what they do. And this was a massive lesson for me. I had to be aware of my environment and the people I was working with. What are their values? What are their motivations? And then learn to reframe the ask. So instead of just automating their processes, bring them on the journey with you to show them how they can use their time more wisely on activities that add more value rather than the processes that can be automated. This leads nicely onto the next lesson. Grab the low-hanging fruit. We tend to chase the big shiny objects and forget about the quick wins. If you want to get your name out there quickly, solve the quick wins. Everyone forgets about the quick wins because they're too busy trying to chase the big shiny objects, which takes a lot of time and energy. There's also a lot of low-hanging fruit that needs to be solved, but the more senior members dismiss it. You should be eating that all up, and you'll get noticed as the person that gets their hands dirty and ties up the loose ends. Boost your emotional intelligence. Do some self-discovery to understand who you are and who you want to be. What are your strengths? What are your development areas? What are your passions, interests, and values? What is your purpose? What makes you tick? Gain the self-awareness and then try to understand this in others. And I assure you, it will help you build stronger relationships and assist with your decision-making. Invest in yourself. This is one area that I look back on and I wish I had done more of it early on in my career. I went on all the courses led by the company, but I didn't do much myself outside of work. Everyone goes on the same courses within the company, so you need to stand out and do more to differentiate yourself. Do your own learning, invest in coaches and mentors, and then apply your learnings at work. The next lesson is to focus on your personal development plan. Most companies will get you to create a personal development plan which highlights your strengths, development areas, and future career aspirations. This is your opportunity to highlight where you want to get to and who you want to become. If your manager agrees and a future opportunity arises that is aligned to your development plan, you can always point back to your development plan and say, hey, there's this new job opening and it's going to help me with my development areas and it's aligned to where I want to go. And your manager can't really hold you back from that as they signed off on your plan. So it's always good to refer back to it. Sometimes they may be a bit difficult if you haven't been in your current position long enough, but most of the time, if they really care about you and what is best for the company, they'll let you move on. The next lesson is owning your narrative. You need to be in control of your narrative, otherwise people will assume what you want and what is best for you. If people make assumptions about what you're good at and what you want to do, they'll place you in roles that you won't be happy in. You just need to be clear on your plan so that people can support you along your journey. Stepping out of your comfort zone. In order to grow, you need to step out of your comfort zone and always be hungry to learn more. You can get comfortable and complacent if you continue to do things that you're amazing at and familiar with, but sometimes you just need to switch it up and take that leap. A few years ago, I was applying for a new role and the managers in my current role were saying that my chances are slim, that the competition is high, and that I'm better off just staying where I am. Of course, they were thinking about their own interest, right, rather than mine, and I could have ended up losing my current job, to be honest, and not getting the other job. But I took the leap and it paid off, and 6 months later, I even got promoted within the new role. Sometimes you need to move sideways in order to move up. So not every opportunity has to be a promotion, but if you move to a different team, there could be more room for growth. The next lesson is communication skills. You need to be a good communicator if you want to progress. This can be negotiation, it could be influencing, it can be listening and speaking. I went on a course with a hostage negotiator who taught me the importance of listening to understand people better. Once you know their values and their purpose, you can speak to those and provide the value that they're looking for. The next lesson is saying no. This is something you need to master, otherwise you're going to get overwhelmed with work and you could end up burning out. I used to be a yes man. I would take on everything as I wanted to seem like I was being helpful, but then higher priority items would slip along with the quality of my deliverables. So you need to set those boundaries, as what is priority for others may not be a priority for you. Find a mentor inside the organization to help you navigate the politics that exist, or to give you their expertise on a particular skill set that you may need help with. Storytelling. You need to get good at this skill. You can do all the amazing work, but if no one really knows about it, did you really do it? There's that saying, if a tree falls in a forest and no one is there, does it really make a sound? You need to make sure that people know about what you've done. Document what you did, how you did it, and then publicize it. Celebrate your wins and also give recognition to others. You could do this in an email to your wider team, put it in a newsletter, put it on your internal websites, present it in a team meeting, and just make some noise about what you've done. Your company always wants to hear the value story. How did you add value? One thing I struggle with is that sometimes I feel that what I've done isn't a big deal because I think it's relatively small compared to some of the other achievements. So I don't tell people about it, I just get it done. But that doesn't do you any favors. At the end of the year, when you have your performance reviews, your management really needs to know what you've done before that. A book I read which really helped me with storytelling and giving presentations is called Talk Like TED by Carmine Gallo. And I highly recommend that you check it out. Carmine went through a lot of the great TED Talks and identified what made them so powerful. The next lesson is building your personal brand. Building your personal brand is so important. It will literally open up so many doors for you, yet so many people aren't working on it at all. When a recruiter wants to know more about you, what do you think is the first thing that they do? They will Google your name. This is your platform to showcase who you are and what you've done. They say investing in real estate provides good returns, but so is investing in digital real estate. Get your message out there, build a personal website, and write about your passions and interests. You are more than your job title, and people need to understand you as a person and not just you at work. And believe me, people invest in people. The skills and expertise can be picked up later on. If you showcase your portfolio online, that is more than what you can provide in an interview. I have my podcast First Serve. It doesn't have many monthly listeners, but what it does highlight is creativity, me editing the episodes myself and designing all the promotional materials for social media. It highlights the amount of effort I put into each episode, the research, the planning, the scripting. It also highlights stepping out my comfort zone, being able to speak on camera. It highlights my interviewing skills, and it provides leverage. I can message people to have a conversation with me on my podcast, where before, if I just sent a random message to meet for a cup of coffee, they would most likely turn me down. So go all in on developing your personal brand. The next lesson is be in the know. Really understand your company's vision, the goals of your manager, understand the external market, gain those external insights when it comes to what your competitors are doing, and also familiarize yourself with new technologies and how they can be applied in your space. Everything is constantly changing and you need to be up to speed. The next lesson is prioritize your health. You need to prioritize your health if you want to be a top performer. This is something I neglected in the past. Competence will only take you so far. You can put in all the long hours, but at some point you'll just plateau, and it gets to a point of diminishing returns where you're just low on energy and not producing your best work. Prioritize your health, and success will come as a byproduct. You'll have more energy, you'll be more productive, and generally you'll be in a better mood. So to summarize, understand the importance of being an effective change agent in a corporate environment. Learn the significance of grabbing the low-hanging fruit for those quick wins. Recognize the role of emotional intelligence in building strong relationships and decision-making. Understand why investing in yourself through continuous learning and mentorship is crucial. Learn to create a personal development plan to highlight your future career aspirations. Realize the importance of owning your narrative and controlling your career path. Discover why stepping out of your comfort zone is key to growth and learning. Learn the vital role of communication skills for progress in the corporate world. Understand why saying no and setting boundaries is essential to prevent burnout. Learn about the benefits of finding a mentor within your own organization. Realize the power of storytelling in sharing your achievements and adding value. Understand the importance of building your personal brand and showcasing your unique qualities. Learn why keeping up with the company's vision and external market knowledge is essential. Discover the importance of prioritizing your health for optimal performance and productivity. I hope you gained some valuable insights that you can apply in the workplace. And I'm going to drop some resources in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.